spend a little bit of time talking about what you need to consider when you're thinking, what fabric do I use in my space?
Well, I work with clients all the time and selecting fabrics because I'm always talking to them about their lifestyle. Like, do you have children? Do you have animals? How do you live? Is it going to be a lot of entertaining? Are there going to be family, friends? Like, how fussy are you?
Yeah.
Because the fabric that you put on an upholstered piece suggests the quality and suggests the style that you're going for. So one of the first things you want to think about, and I know it's been said 1,000 times, and I think every designer in the world will agree with me, that you should start with your main pieces, keeping them neutral. That's a really easy tip for any homeowner when they're shopping on their own, because what you do is you add your punctuation points and your color with your pattern on your pillows, your artwork, your accessories, because it's really easy to change those as opposed to saying, honey, let's reupholster the couch this weekend. It's not going to happen.
No, but sometimes it's more than actually getting a new couch.
Yes.
To reupholster. So you
it
really
can
have to
equal
think,
or exceed the cost.
Right?
So keep it neutral. The other thing when you're out shopping, think about again how you use it. So look for things like, is it stain resistant? Is it water repellent? Because you may want to be putting it in a lanai, and you might get some rain or what have you, or it might be an outdoor piece.
Right.
So think about all those things. When you're also out, getting a sample of the fabric that you want, take it home, put it in the room you're going to use it in, lay it out, look at it morning, noon, and night, and check to see the color values. Now, when you're working with a designer, the first thing I do is if this was the fabric of choice and the client goes home with a sample, I immediately call the fabric house and get a memo sample, because that bolt of fabric that I'm pulling it from may be slightly different from the sample that's been in the showroom that they've taken home. And it has happened where that color dye lot has changed a little bit. It can throw your whole decor right out the window because it might have a little bit more green or what have you. So this particular chair is beautiful. It's from LT. In fact, all the furniture pieces are from LT. This is a completely sustainable and organic piece. It's right from the framework to the feather to the foam. Everything is sustainable. And the fabric here, it looks like a linen, and it's washable, and it's slip covered. There's many colors, but it has a very organic feel simply because the nubbiness of it, it's a rather broad kind of weave, which is really interesting. Now, another very popular fabric choice is leather.
So is that the organic fabric? Is that going to be a stain resistant sort of thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
The other thing you can check too is that you can have a stain repellent put on it. Most fabrics, another tip, are usually Teflon coated or have some sort of stain guarding. And again, depending on lifestyle, kids, dogs, entertaining plays into it, then you can also get additional stain guarding put on it.
Absolutely.
Leather is beautiful, but which it's also expensive. You can use a good saddle soap on it. There's a little maintenance with it. But of course, I always find that the more worn it looks, the better it looks.
I love it.
But there are some amazing faux skins that can mimic it and be a lot less expensive. This particular one is called Krypton, and it used to be used in the hospital world because it's soil resistant, odor resistant, and it's now been brought into the residential line with multitudes of color, and it looks like a velvet, which is really beautiful.
Soil resistant and odor resistant.
It's
Kids
used in
and
hospitals.
dogs, people.
You got it.
Think about that.
And lots of fun colors.
That is great.
Now, when you're looking at detailing, it's all in the details. Now, this particular dining chair, really beautiful. It's got two different patterns on it, which adds a little bit of visual interest, and some nail head detail. So remember when you're doing pieces and you really love like this beautiful iCat pattern, but it's an embroidered one, you know you're not going to want to put it on the main body of your piece because it might end up getting caught like a belt buckle because it's embroidered. Then consider putting it on the back of a piece. So again, you have a little bit more visual interest from the back, and again, it allows you to use that fabric that you really love.
That's lovely, and then it doesn't matter where that chair is. It's good from the back and the front.
You got it.
It's gorgeous.
Again, beautiful detailing on this chair. This is like a deconstructed, so you can kind of see the innards. It's kind of a fun, very trendy chair. Again, you'll notice it's neutral, but think about things like beautiful velvets and chenilles, which again add that texture. They can either be a natural product or you can get them in synthetics. And a really important point, I tend, if I want a linen look, I'll go with a cotton and a polyester. Because I know that you're not going to get the crinkle factor. Linen's beautiful, but linen also, just like a great linen suit, can really look wrinkled. And if you don't like that look and you like a more crisp upholstered look, linen will make you crazy, even with draperies. But if you do a cotton or a blend, you get the look without the fuss.
Without all that fuss.
And this last piece is just fun. It's a fur, it's alpaca.
Cute.
It's one of those whimsy pieces that designers like to pop into a space, and it just adds a nice conversation point.
Yeah, and if you're allergic to pets, you just get one of these.
Exactly.